Hi, second graders. I'm Mrs. Nesson and I teach at Franklin Elementary. Today we're going to keep learning math with money. Let's get warmed up. How much is each worth? How many cents is a dollar worth? How about a quarter? A dime? A nickel? And a penny? Is this what you came up with? A dollar is worth 100 cents, a quarter 25 cents, a dime 10 cents, a nickel 5 cents, and a penny is 1 cent. You can use what you know about place value to help you figure out the value of different collections of money. You can think about a dollar this way. It would take 100 pennies to cover this dollar. I know this because I see 10 rows of 10 pennies. I know that 10 groups of 10 is 100. A dollar is 100 cents. A quarter shown this way helps us remember its value. I see 5 rows of 5 pennies, 5 groups of 5. I can count those rows by 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. A quarter is worth 25 cents. Picturing a dime this way helps me remember that it's the same as 10 pennies. A dime is worth 10 cents. Here's a nickel. It's worth 5 cents. Take a minute to figure out what this whole collection of money is worth altogether. This is how I got my total. I started with that dollar and I know it's worth 100 cents. I know this quarter is worth 25 cents. So I took a jump of 25 and I know 100 plus 25 is 125. This dime is worth 10 cents, so I need to take a jump of 10. 125 plus 10 is 135. My nickel is going to indicate a jump of 5. If I'm on 135 and I jump ahead 5, I land on 140. And that penny is worth a jump of 1, and so I land on 141. So 100 cents in the dollar, 41 cents with the collection of coins is 141 cents altogether. All right, second graders, we just added a dollar or 100 cents to our collection of money, and I want you to use a number line along with me to help figure out our new total. So I'm just going to sketch a number line, and we started on 141 cents. We had this dollar, that's 100 cents. This collection of coins we know is 41 cents, and so we had 141. Now we have this new dollar showing up, and so our question is, how much is our collection worth altogether? If I start on our original collection of 141 cents and add 100 cents for that new dollar, I now have 2 hundreds, one right here and one right here, 200, and my 41 cents, 241. You make a number line along with me, and we're going to continue to make jumps to calculate our total amount of money. All right, I see another dollar showing up. So first we had 141 cents. We added a dollar and got to 241 cents. Now we have another dollar to add. That's another jump of 100. What am I going to land on? You go ahead and label your number line. $341. Our coins are worth 41 cents, and we have $3 bills worth 100 cents each. So we're on 341. Another dollar. Lucky us. Second graders, what is 341 plus 100? If we take another jump of 100 on the number line, our grand total is 441. You can see it here. You can see 4 100s and 41 cents. Second graders, we're ready to add another 100 cents to our collection. Make sure you label your jump so that we know it's worth 100 and label where you land. 541 cents altogether. I like the way we keep getting more money. Our collection keeps growing by 100. We just got another $100 bill. And so I marked my jump of 100 and I land on 641. You can see 600 in your collection of dollars, and our 41 cents hasn't changed. I think this is getting pretty easy for you. 641 plus 100. Do you know what to label that jump? 741 cents. We have done a lot of adding as we've counted our growing collection of money. We started with 141, and we have now added $7 bills. So we've made 7 jumps of 100. Make sure you label all of those jumps so that you can remember what you're adding. All right, and be sure that you label where you land. If I start on 141 and jump 100, I land on 241. Plus 100, 341. Plus 100, 441. Plus 100, 541. Plus 100, 641. Plus another 100, 741. And our last 100, a grand total of 841 cents. And you can see in our picture that's the same as $8.41. You are getting really good at making jumps on a number line. Let's see if you're up for a challenge. We have 841 cents altogether, $8 bills and 41 cents with our coins. What would happen if we hop backwards? What would happen if we take away 100 cents? What would your number line look like then? I would use my number line to help me figure this total out. I would start with 841 because that's the amount of money that we started with. And I know that we took away $1, which was 100 cents. If I start on 841 and I take a big jump of 100 backwards, where will I land? You can make a number line just like this one. Go ahead and label where you would land. 741. Uh-oh, we lost another dollar bill. We're going to have to jump back another 100. Second graders, what is 741 minus 100? 641. You can continue jumping backwards on your number line until you subtract all of these dollars. And you are back where you started with 141 cents. Second graders, you can have lots of fun doing math with money with an at-home learning partner. Ask someone to make a collection of coins for you to count. Have them add a dollar bill or 100 cents to your collection and represent your total with jumps on a number line. Add another 100 cents and make a jump of 100 on a number line. You can go forward and backward, adding and subtracting dollar bills to practice making jumps on a number line with money. Have fun and keep learning.
Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us in this session of Spokane Public Schools Keep Learning series for mathematics. Today's lesson is for students in grade 2, but all of you are welcome to join in. My name is Trisha Blaylock. I'm a second grade teacher at Grant Elementary in Spokane Public Schools, and I will be your teacher for this session. I'm so glad you're participating with me today. Today we will be growing our math brain by thinking deeply about a specific number. For today's lesson, you might want paper and pencil or a dry erase board and marker if you have one. I will give you a moment to gather your supplies. Let's get started. Numbers are all around us. You can find them on signs, on roadways, in addresses, or on clothing. Numbers are everywhere. Where do you see numbers? Today we're going to look at the number 59. What do you know about this number? How might we show or build 59? You might think of 59 as 59 cents. We could make 59 cents with 59 pennies. We could make 59 cents with 5 dimes and 9 pennies, or with 2 quarters and 9 pennies, or with a $50 and 9 pennies. These are just 4 of many ways that we can make 59 cents using coins. Can you think of a different way to make 59 cents? Other ways we might think about 59 is 59 degrees, 59 minutes, or 59 inches. What is something you could do for 59 minutes? Is there something in your house that is 59 inches long? Would you need to wear a coat if it is 59 degrees outside? The number 59 could be shown using groups, arrays, or collections. Each of these pictures has exactly 59 objects. Let's think about 59. 59 is made of 5 tens and 9 ones. If we add our tens and ones, we get the equation 50 plus 9 equals 59. We could split some of our 10s to make the equation 40 plus 19 equals 59. We still get 59. Another way to make 59 is 44 plus 15. We could even make 59 using subtraction. 60 minus 1 is 59. What if we started with 100? We would have to subtract 41 to get to 59. So 100 minus 41 equals 59. Here are some more ways to make 59. 2 plus 57 equals 59. 59 equals 48 plus 11. 25 plus 34 equals 59. 59 equals 63 minus 4. 88 minus 29 equals 59. 254 minus 195 equals 59. Or 59 times 1 equals 59. How many ways could you come up with to make 59? Get creative. Thank you for joining us in this session of Spokane Public Schools Keep Learning series for mathematics. If you didn't see our previous lessons, you are welcome to go on the KSPS website. Sometimes it's helpful to go back and watch the other lessons in our series so you can continue to build your understanding of the mathematics we will be doing together.